Hey Danny, how you doing, man? Merry Christmas Eve!
Okay.
We are, of course, recording this in advance, so it is not Christmas Eve. But,
I know.
spiritually, it's Christmas Eve.
I don't really want to pretend that it is Christmas Eve, Lewis.
Because of your loathing for Christmas, of course.
Yeah, definitely. But to those that are listening, happy winter solstice.
I'm sorry, Danny, I'm going to have to stop you there on that incredible rant. Because we have somebody joining us today, a honoured and privileged guest.
Yes.
Yes. Hello, Chloe, my wife. How are you doing today?
You make it sound like you've been trying to get me on here for ages. You know that I've sat at home badgering you, going, babe, 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 babe.
If you ever do Love Actually, get me on.
If you ever do Harry Potter.
Yeah, I mean, that's accurate.
Listen. See, as long as I'm on this, we will never do Harry Potter. Okay?
Oh, what?
You selfish bastard.
Harry Potter's great.
Harry Potter's great. Yeah. Of course it is.
It kind of is pretty good, though.
I mean, the books are rubbish.
Whoa.
What? The writing isn't really that good in the books.
Yeah, I mean,
it's very simplistic, I think.
Yes, because it's designed for kids.
It's designed for kids, really.
They're children's books, Danny.
Have you seen after film 4, it was like I was terrified of those films. When Harry was
terrified
asleep.
the word you'd really use?
Well, yeah. See, when Harry's like asleep and he's hearing all these visions from a Voldemort. I'm pronouncing the T. Fuck you.
I mean, no, yeah, we can all agree that after she stopped writing Harry Potter, I think she sort of stopped writing Harry Potter. She's like, no, it's Voldemort.
Yeah.
Shut up, J.K. Rowling.
Yeah, she
started saying stuff on Twitter like, yes, Ron's mum has caught him masturbating before. But what are you doing? Why are you ruining your own franchise?
Money.
Well, yes, that's true. Do you remember that BBC News piece from like 1,000 years ago? Other news sites are available. Where it was like J.K. Rowling hand wrote 8 copies of Deathly Hallows, and handed them out to her closest friends before the actual release date.
Wow.
I don't know if that's cute or pretentious.
I mean,
I think it's both, sweetie.
The 10-minute bullshit has started, by the way, just in case anyone was confused.
If anybody's keeping track of the total bullshit time,
yeah,
this is part of it. And you should be keeping track, because on the 100th episode, in 99 years, there's going to be a quiz. So, keep track.
Do you think anyone will be listening to this in 100 years, Lewis?
If I'm alive in 100 years, there'll be some kind of miracle.
Yeah,
You've got life insurance, right?
No.
I would like to think that if we lived 100 years more, we probably wouldn't be sat at our computers with a mic saying nonsense for an hour. I'd probably be so tired that I couldn't get to the computer if I lived 100 more years.
Well, the thing is, if it starts paying, if we get like 1 billion subscribers, 1 billion listens a week, it starts paying like £20 million per second of airtime. It might be worth it then.
Yeah, I mean, but Lewis, we're not a religion.
Speak for yourself, mate.
1 billion listeners? Jesus. That'd be
1 billion might be overshooting it a bit.
Yeah, just a wee bit. Just off the charts a wee bit there. Will I spin the wheel of bullshit?
Yeah, spin the wheel of bullshit, man. I left all the clips. Well, I haven't actually edited it yet. The one that's coming out on Boxing Day. But I'm going to leave all the clicks in just for you.
Oh, that's lovely.
It's a wee Christmas present for you.
Yeah, that's what I want.
You only get 1 click on this one, so make it count.
Okay. What I've got is I've got rain.
Rain? What kind of rain? As in rain like the Queen, or rain like the water?
The water that falls from the sky.
Okay. Is rain like the water? I know it's a prevalent issue in Scotland. Should I be concerned?
What do you mean?
It rains a lot more in Scotland than everywhere else.
Are you going to drown?
Yeah, are you going to drown?
Well, no, because we're on a hill. If anyone's going to drown, if anyone's going to drown, it's going to be you. So, I mean, don't you have like massive floods where you live, or where someone in England lives?
England's quite a big place, Danny.
Well, is it though?
I mean, not compared to Russia, but compared to, like, Scotland, yeah.
Well, Scotland's pretty big. It's just we've only got 5 million people in it.
Well, that's true. Aren't there like 10 million people in London? Or is it 8 million?
It's 8 million, I think.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Mega City 1.
What? What? What you saying?
Have you never seen Judge Dredd?
Oh, no, I haven't. I thought you were insulting me there in some sort of weird code or something.
Oh, no,
So
no.
what? You want to go?
No, all of my codes are like the codes from the Emperor's New Groove, where
Oh.
it's like, is it Emperor's New Groove? I can't remember, but it's like, yeah, code use the secret. Oh, that's what it is. It's Megamind. Code use the secret exit.
Oh.
Code start the car. Code fuck you, Danny. Yeah, that's what my codes are.
I like Megamind.
It is like a pinnacle of animated cinema.
Right, I don't know about that, but I just liked watching it when I was younger. I wasn't going, oh my god, Oscar bait.
Seriously, rewatch it now. It holds up really well. Obviously, the animation does, but also it has a lot of like important things to say about like the nature of people and the nature of like your moral good and your societal value and stuff.
Does it?
And
Genuinely,
nice guys.
yeah. Say again.
And nice guys.
And nice guys. This is true.
And what do you mean, nice guys?
As in, like,
What the
Does
creepy internet phenomenon with people
yeah.
who claim to be nice guys, but in actual fact are pervy arseholes?
Yeah. And then the turning that boy up to 11, it was like incels, or like,
Oh
yeah, I'm involuntary celibate, and therefore I'm going to kill women, which is a bit. I don't quite see the correlation.
wait a minute. I don't see how Megamind, an animated film, talks about incels. Were incels even a thing when Megamind came out?
It doesn't so much talk about incels. It talks about nice guys, like
Like
Titan,
that reporter
the,
guy.
The camera guy.
the camera guy,
Yeah.
Titan, because he gets superpowers, and then he immediately tries to like force this woman to love him, and he's like, well, I've been really nice to you, why don't you love me? And all
He
this
was
sort
trying
of
to
stuff.
sleep with her beforehand, but she kept saying no. Like, it was very clear that she'd been saying no, like, repeatedly.
Yeah.
And then he gets, like, superpowers, and it's like, okay, so now you have to sleep with me. And she's like, no. And then he's like, okay, I'm just going to throw you off a building then.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
okay, that went from 0 to 100 real fucking fast.
That's his whole character arc.
Yeah.
And then, what's his name's in it as well, from Emperor's New Groove and Family Guy? Joe
Patrick
Swanson.
Warburton.
Patrick Warburton, yeah. Which
Is
yeah, he plays Mega Man. What's his big white guy?
Metro Man.
Yeah, not Superman.
Are you sure?
Metro Man. Yeah,
No,
plays
he
Metro Man.
doesn't.
No, he
He
doesn't.
doesn't.
I swear he
Pitt,
does.
Brad Pitt plays him.
Oh, I didn't realise that. I
No.
genuinely thought it. I saw it in one of those posts on Tumblr. Patrick Warburton.
He might be in it, it's like, somewhere.
Right.
but-
I'll search.
You
Is-
do that.
Is Patrick Warburton?
He has a very distinctive voice. So
He
like,
does.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
the reason he's my favourite voice actor is because he can only do one face, but he will one voice,
One-
but
one
he will
face,
not
yeah.
let that stop him. It's like, right, I'm going to do Kronk, I'm going to do Joe Swanson, I'm going to do all of my characters with the exact same voice. This is not going to stop me.
Okay, I'm not seeing Megamind in his IMDb.
Okay. In that case, I must have got it wrong. I deeply apologise to Patrick Warburton, to Megamind, to DreamWorks, and to both of you.
Oh my god, he's in Skylanders.
I don't know what Skylanders is.
It's a Wii game.
Oh, okay, cool. Does he
Yeah.
play Kronk?
I don't think so. He's in Ted. Oh yeah, he is in Ted, isn't he? What else? He's in Archer. I like Archer.
I tried to watch Archer, I couldn't get into it.
I think it's pretty funny.
Mm.
He's in the B movie.
Oh, who isn't
Yes.
in the B? The B movie's kind of... It's terrible, but I think that's what makes it ridiculously great. And so you watch it and you think, God, I want to die, and that makes it great.
Yeah.
The story is about a lady falling in love with a bee. How insane is that? And Jerry Seinfeld plays a bee. Is
Didn't
it
he
Jerry
write
Seinfeld?
it? Didn't he write it as well?
Yeah, he did. It's kind of crazy.
He just comes across as such an arse.
Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah.
I don't know that much about him, to be honest.
I mean, he doesn't. Well, to be fair, he doesn't swear when he does his comedy stand-ups.
Yeah.
It's more sort of puns and like, observations and things like that that he does. Whereas most comedians nowadays rely heavily on swears.
On curse words.
Curse words, yeah.
That's one thing I never quite got, was curse words. Well, yeah, you're cursing, I suppose, but it's not like putting a hex on someone. I will turn your family into a race of...
Yeah, but imagine if it was, though, that'd be great.
Yeah, fuck you, and then they immediately turn into a frog.
Alaba. I'm not reciting an incantation.
I suppose you're not, but you could be. Is that old Scottish? Was Gaelic?
Yeah. How did I know you were going to go there with that one? Any old magic? Oh, it must be from the Highlands back in the days when I've seen that film Brave. Is that what happens? Fuck's sake.
If you could change it a bit, would you?
Do you know Emma Thompson does a good Scottish accent?
Emma Thompson?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, from... Yeah.
She's probably...
actually.
Yeah, she is actually, yeah. She's probably one of the only English actors that can do a Scottish accent, I would say.
What about Mark Strong?
Oh,
yeah, I mean, it's a generic accent, but she can do like Glasgow, which is good.
I suppose that is quite impressive, yeah.
Yeah, whereas like everyone who does a Scottish accent, who's English, just sort of does a sort of a wee bit of a musical accent. It's all the way up there. It's all very sort of light and but nobody can let pure hard Glasgow man, let pure down here man, pure saying pure every sentence man. It's pure mental man.
I was always a big fan of Simon's accent, Simon Lowe.
Yeah, it's
his
very,
Scottish and his Welsh. It's like he employs it for comedic effect very well.
Yeah, it's not very representative. Is that a Hoover?
Someone in your house doing the hoovering.
I think someone's broke in, taken one look at the place and went, right, we're cleaning this place up.
Somebody get the Hoover on. I think is that enough bullshit, or do we need more bullshit?
I have something that I meant to say about rain, but I forgot.
Oh God, yeah, that was the topic, wasn't it?
Yeah, imagine like every raindrop is like a civilization, and like that's like the span as it falls to the ground, and then when it falls to the ground, it stops. I think that'd be a great idea for a wee mini animated series.
I suppose so. And the entire series takes place over the course of a rainstorm.
Yeah, I'm sure Netflix will pick that up.
That was one of my favourite things from the last episode of Rick and Morty. Oh yeah, it's a very attainable goal.
Yeah. They do just ridiculously take shitty shows and shitty films and just put them on without really any care.
Well, I suppose it makes some cash though, doesn't it?
Yeah, well that is the goal, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What film are we talking about today, Danny?
I think they know. I think we've said like
yeah, and it will be in the title as well. So,
yeah. Oh, what do you think it's gonna be? Oh. Just in case you're a fucking idiot, we're discussing Love Actually this week. It's starring every British actor known to man, and it's directed and written by Richard Curtis, who helped develop and create Blackadder.
He did, didn't he? He worked quite closely with Ben Elton. Very cool.
Yes, very, very cool. Okay.
So, Danny, have you got an opening statement? Hit me with it.
I do have an opening statement. You're not going to like this.
Am I not?
No.
We are ostensibly here to teach you the meaning of Christmas, so...
Yeah, I mean, good luck with that one. An idealistic, naive, ridiculous version of what love is supposed to be like at Xmas. A wet, soppy, overbearing, mopey look at affection, and it desperately tries to delude its romantics and its audience that breaching airport security is worth it as long as you're Ferb from Phineas and Ferb and you creepily stalk a girl you barely fucking know with the same name as your dead mum.
I think I do. I mean, you're right. I don't like it, but I think the reason I disagree is less to do with the airport security stuff, because that is dumb as hell. Like, you can't break through airport security. You will get shot. But like,
will you?
Should it?
I feel like you will get shot. Yeah.
If you were telling me that if you break through the barriers at like Manchester Airport or something, the first response is going to be to shoot you rather than like tackle you to the ground or something.
I would put money on the fact that their first idea would be to shoot me.
Do you want to go find out?
I mean, no, because I'll get shot.
That would have been a better ending, I think.
But if Thomas Sangster got shot,
he just gets shot like 50 times.
Oh God! I mean, he's a kid. We probably shouldn't laugh about him getting shot, but you know.
Well, he's not a kid anymore, so fuck him.
No, he's like 28 now or something.
Yeah, he's 28.
In this film, he was 16 and Keira Knightley was 18.
What?
Isn't that insane?
You're talking shit.
I'm not. That's genuinely the truth.
Keira Knightley was 18.
Yes, and she looks like a vampire in this film.
Pretty sure, anyway.
Yeah, she does actually. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Really pale, and she has her canines are like quite pronounced. Every time I watch it, I think she looks a bit like a vampire.
Yeah.
A mid-90s vampire with a floppy hat.
Oh my god!
I'm just pissed that I didn't look like that at 18. What the fuck? Where is she getting these genetics? What the fuck is this?
I think she's getting them with all of her money.
Oh.
All of her Love Actually money.
Oh my god! All of her telly money.
Her telly money. Oh god.
Okay, do you have an opening statement, Lewis?
I do have an opening statement. I genuinely think this is one of the best films of all time. It has such a powerful message about the nature of people and how they live their lives. Truly, this film makes a conclusive case about how love makes the world go round.
Fuck's sake. Okay, Chloe, do you have an opening statement?
Well, no, because as much as I love my husband, he didn't prepare me for this whatsoever. So,
Wow.
You know,
So
fun.
that's a good opening statement.
Thanks.
No, I think the reason I mainly disagree with you, Danny, is because, like, I think for me this film is less about a soppy, like a Hallmark Christmas film where it's like, oh, and the love was inside us all along. It's about, like, how... Well, I mean, it's Hugh Grant's bit at the start. How love actually is all around. It's about, like, the brothers and sisters love each other, and husbands and wives love each other, and kids and parents love each other, and, you know, it's about how the nature of the human condition is that it's sort of terrible, and that in order to overcome that, we need to love, we need to have kind lives.
Yeah. I just think it's an incredibly mopey Christmas film that everyone loves for some reason, and it's just riddled with plot holes. And when you think about the characters for more than 5 seconds, you know, some of them are pretty fucking horrible people. Liam Neeson, for one.
Don't get me wrong.
Reliving the start of his love with his wife through his son. You know, oh, she's got the same name. Oh, well, you better pursue her then. Do you know what I mean? It's what?
I would argue the Liam Neeson storyline is less about that and more about, like, fatherly love and about pursuing, like, your human
if
dreams
Batman
sort of thing.
versus Superman gets taken the piss out of for having a ridiculous same name moment, then Love Actually should as well. So, Joanna,
that's
is that
true.
a common
But, like,
name? Do you know many people called Joanna? I know one person called Joanna.
Yeah?
I know.
I've met several people in my life called Joanna, yeah.
I know 2.
Yeah, I've known 2-3 people called Joanna, yeah.
Mm.
So, I mean, it's a coincidental thing. Martha is a less common name nowadays.
Yeah, I've never met anyone called Martha.
No,
Neither have I. But my point is, I've watched this film 2 or 3 times now over the course of my life, and this is the first time I'm realising that the mother of the child and the child's girlfriend have the same name.
What?
I knew they were both
It's a
called...
massive point in the film.
I never even knew that the mum was called Joanna. That was just Thomas Sangster's mum.
It's explicitly
Oh my God.
said.
Yes, but what you forget, my love, is that I'm a massive idiot.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough.
This is how he walks around in his life. He's got no fucking clue what's going on half the time.
I mean, that's
the amount
very
of times
true.
I have stopped him from getting hit by a fucking car, you would not believe.
Yeah. If I'd have met Chloe, I would have been hit by cars a lot of times. I would have gone to A&E many times for being hit by a car.
Just imagine, I can just see it now. Oh, a road, and you just walk out.
Oh, that's really accurate, though. That's the issue.
Oh god.
I do agree that the characters aren't quite as sort of as sanctified as you want them to be. Like, Hugh Grant is a fairly irresponsible prime minister, in that what he does with the American president, yeah, great, but then he uses his executive power and the fact that he has high approval ratings to like go and make out with his tea lady or whatever the job is.
I'm sorry, you just glossed out. You just said like, oh yeah, the whole thing with the guy who's clearly meant to be Bush. Yeah, great. That's not great. He very easily could have just started like World War III and everyone's like, woo, Hugh Grant, yay!
Okay, yeah, that's
David
a good
Beckham,
point.
yay! Harry Potter, yay! Like, that's not the point!
Yeah, Tony Blair did definitely start a war with not George Bush.
So I thought that's who he was meant to be. He looks a bit like him.
100%. I tell you who is vaguely sort of horrifying when you do start to consider it. Andrew Lincoln in this film.
Oh, massive prick.
He's sort of a pervert. And like then Keira Knightley responds to the fact that on her wedding day Andrew Lincoln took a load of video footage of her like smiling and dancing and like she was like, oh well, in this case I have to kiss him. That's the logical next step.
What was he
Not
going to do with
what the
that
fuck?
video?
Yeah, well that's the thing. When you start to consider what was he going to do with that video, the obvious answer is masturbating.
Yeah.
What else? Do you know what I mean? Andrew Lincoln's not a great guy in this movie.
Let me ask another question. What if
Have we moved on to creepy room questions now?
I mean, is there another bit where
No.
is there another wee section that you've added in for Christmas, Lewis? What if Peter answered the door?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
How you going to explain that one, champ? What you? Oh, hiya. How you doing?
He is massively living it up to chance, and he's kind of a dickhead by like telling his best mate's wife, "Oh yeah, I'm really in love with you, and I'm always going to be." And then his best mate's Chiwetel Ejiofor's wife, Keira Knightley, that's her name. Keira Knightley's kind of a dick by like kissing him and then never telling her husband about it.
She kisses him.
The husband is just sat there watching like a Christmas film or whatever, just like, well, guess it's carol singers then that she's making out with in the street.
Okay, that's bullshit as well. I've never had carol singers come round to my house.
No, I haven't
Ever.
either. Have you, Danny?
No.
Do carol singers even exist?
They get shot if they came to the houses up here. What the fuck's that, John? Who are they? Get your gun!
I think you're a real piece of shit. Knocking on our door at the festive season.
No, there would be no talking, Lewis. They'd be dead instantly. Like just immediate death.
I have a creepy room question.
Go on then.
Should you and I make a Christmas single in the style of Bill Nye?
Love is all around us.
Okay,
No.
I'll answer that one. The answer is no.
No, we shouldn't. No, we
No, I
definitely
can't
shouldn't.
sing. It would be terrible.
Yeah. We need to get Mickers to auto-tune you.
Nick is to break his computer another time, auto-tuning me to actually sounding good. Smoke coming out of the machine. Lewis, you're just too shit.
They'd need to bleep me out. Because if I'm writing a song, there's going to be a lot of swearing in it. Yeah, fucking dafty. I've got a question.
Okay.
When will the door/carol scene stop being used for shameless political shilling?
I have no idea.
Boris Johnson used it. I'm pretty sure Hillary Clinton used it. It's like, no, we don't want to see your decrepit arses on the doorstep of someone try to get them to vote for you. That is just creepy as hell.
I wonder if Keira Knightley ever watches these and she's like, oh, well, I guess I'm being told to vote for Boris Johnson. Oh, well, I guess I'm being told to vote for Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, I think that Clinton shows up at an elector's house. She's like, I know you're an elector, and just give me a vote. Jesus.
Good stuff.
Boris Johnson's just like, get Brexit done, like 20 times on a card. Just like, we need to get Brexit done, we need to stop dilly-dallying and delaying, and we need to just get Brexit done.
That's an annoyingly accurate version of Boris Johnson's voice.
Thank you very much. I'm not bad at impressions.
Have you just like locked yourself in a room for the past 6 months trying to teach yourself how to do that?
Yep, I was like, oh, we're going to be doing Love Actually at some point.
Boris Johnson came out with that video and you were like, get Brexit done, get Brexit done, get Brexit... No, that's not right. Get Brexit done!
Have you seen what it sounded like a Dalek there? What was that? Get Brexit done.
I have a less of a question, more of a statement on the part of the Love Actually film.
Okay.
At the time, because when did this come out? Was it 2004? 2003. So at this time, Friends were like making all those episodes of like, oh yeah, we kind of hate gay people in a very strange roundabout way, and then Liam Neeson is like very inclusive, and I'm here for that. He's like, what's the line? How does she or he feel about you? And it's like, oh, good old Liam Neeson being inclusive, while
Yeah,
Ross
yeah,
Geller
yes.
goes, yeah, I know I was kind of statutorily raped, but yeah, Chandler made out with a guy. Oh,
Yeah.
Good old Liam Neeson, eh? I'm sure
Yeah,
he hasn't done anything problematic in his entire life.
I think it's fair to say that Britain has always been a bit more progressive than America.
Yeah, I suppose that's
in
true.
these things, and especially like Richard Curtis and Ben Elton, they're pretty progressive, I suppose.
They always have been, classically, yeah.
Yeah, definitely, especially with Blackadder, you know. What was the budget of their porno?
I don't know, because I'm
it
torn
looked
between
like-
very high and very low.
Yeah, it looked like the most expensive porno I've ever seen. There's sets, there's set pieces, and there's like they change locations. It's like, you know, they're in like a big mansion, and then they've got like a massive sort of set build. It's like, what's happening here? How many places are you gonna go? It's just, why not just? I bet it was some artsy director who thought that it was something different.
We're gonna make a really
Is
great
it-
porn, guys. It's porn for the 21st century, guys.
We're gonna make a film that will stand the test of time. I want to make something really special, really artsy, you know. And then he realizes that it's a porno, and he's like, "Well, you know, you got to deal with what you've got. I want fucking a mansion. I want to portray this relationship in the best way that I can, and it's gonna be fucking amazing." And I bet that after all that work, it's like got a really horrible title, like Tits Fanny Wank 2 or something like that. You know, just like big penis doo shit fart 7.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
the most art house porn film ever made.
Well, springboarding off the back of that, I have a question.
Okay, yep.
Do we think that in this film, Rowan Atkinson was not portraying the part of a customer service assistant because he was instead portraying the part of a trickster god?
I'm sorry, how the hell do you go from porn to Rowan Atkinson? Where was
Yeah.
No,
that
wait,
in
well, I
your
mean, there's a
mind?
fighting chance I was going to cut the
Yeah.
porn out, but now we've mentioned it, so...
Yeah, what a seamless segue to
Right, okay,
There is so
let's
much
have a
more to
more
talk about
porn-related
with porn,
question.
yeah.
What are the chances that Colin, the guy who was waiting on at that birthday party thing, what are the chances that
The
he
wedding,
fell
okay.
and knocked his head and then woke up in a porno?
Oh.
Because you see, watch those last scenes, he's quite clearly woken up in a porno. I mean, I've never been to America. I feel like it's not really like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think like there's a lot of stereotypes about America that I don't think are real. Like, you know, the stereotype that the place Hooters.
Uh-huh.
You heard of that? That it's a massive, like, dirty, basically sex den. Apparently,
I think so, yeah.
Apparently, it's not. Apparently, it's just a shitty restaurant with shitty food.
Cool. The more you know. Now I've learned.
Yeah. There you go.
Now I have to have a question that's slightly less about porn, and I build it back around to non-porn questions.
Right. Okay. How Rowan Atkinson is a trickster god or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. I don't know how you got that. Don't know how. Tell me how. I'm very intrigued.
Right, I think Rowan Atkinson plays the part of like Loki or some kind of trickster god in this film, and I
Right.
think this because he doesn't seem to be aligned with the forces of good or evil. He just seems to be causing chaos and mischief. Like in the department store or whatever it is, when Alan Rickman is buying jewellery, he deliberately is like, oh yeah, I just have to put rosebuds and a cinnamon stick and some lavender in this box, in this bag. No, I don't want a bag. But sir, this is so much more than a bag. And all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's the kind of thing that if you were to manifest a trickster god into the world, that's the kind of thing they do, because he magically appeared from behind that other customer service attendant, went up to Alan Rickman and said, "What can I do for you today, sir?" And that, like, I think that's trickster god material. Then right at the end of the film, when Liam Neeson is trying to smuggle Thomas Sangster through airport security to his inevitable getting shot at an airport,
Yep.
he's there and he's like taking off his bag and his coat and his scarf and his gloves, trying to find his boarding pass and all this. And then he turns back around to Liam Neeson and gives a little raise of the eyebrow as if to say, "You're welcome." And then I think that's also trickster god behaviour of, I'm letting this child
Get
into
shot.
airport security to maybe get shot or maybe tell the love of his life that he loves her.
Wow.
I think Rowan Atkinson is a trickster god in this film.
So he's like Q from Star Trek.
Yeah, he's part of the Q continuum
He's one
from
of-
Star Trek.
He's one of the Q. Yeah, that's it. That's the one. He's one of the Q continuum from Star Trek. I mean, see, if he was a trickster god, he's pretty shit, isn't he? Because all he's done is maybe waste some time and a boy help a boy get the love of his life.
But then he did kind of also, like, well, I mean, he didn't assist, but he sped up the process of Alan Rickman and Emma Thompson's marriage breaking down.
So you think he knew and just thought?
I
really?
think he knew, as an omnipresent, omniscient trickster god. I think he knew.
Well, the thing is, even if we don't take it into account Emma Thompson and Alan Rickman's marriage, yes, he is doing like small and petty things, but like that's the kind of thing that I take great joy from in like my everyday life. Like I will walk past a Falcon crossing, press the button, even though I'm not crossing the road, just to like fuck with someone's day, just a little bit, you know?
Wow.
Are you telling me that I have married a trickster god?
Maybe, who knows?
Wow. So, Chloe's just openly saying, yeah, that's the sort of stuff I would do. I would ruin a marriage and let.
No, I said not accounting for ruining the marriage.
And I would let a boy run through the airport only to get fucking shot in the face.
I still don't think that you get shot for breaking airport security.
I think you would,
I don't
especially
think- Right,
post
okay,
9/11.
well, we have like two extremes here. We have Love Actually, where this small child is, jumping barriers because he's strangely athletic for a 15-year-old who looks like he's 12 and like doesn't get shot. But then
Yep.
you've got Gavin and Stacey where he jumps a train station barrier, and next thing you know he's surrounded by three men with rifles that are pointed at his head while
exactly.
trying to like propose to his girlfriend. So which end of the spectrum are we going for here?
I reckon
Yeah.
I'm going to go for realism, and I'm going to say Gavin and Stacey.
You are telling me that,
That
if I jump the
realistic
barriers at
TV
Stoke
show.
Station.
No, I don't think it's Stoke Station. I think at like London King's Cross, if you let the barriers.
Yeah.
I don't think they might have men with assault rifles, maybe handguns. And then after a short while, if you were like
You're
running
telling
around
me
evading
that
them, they might get the assault
employees
rifles
of
out.
Virgin Trains, Avanti or whatever now, are walking around with handguns just tucked into their waistbands.
No, I reckon there's like British Transport Police stationed at most stations. Because you see them at Piccadilly sometimes, don't you?
Yeah, that's true. I
And
mean,
when was the last time that you saw them with a gun?
Every time I ever see them. They always have those big assault rifles. And I always think, oh, don't
Where
shoot
the
me.
fuck have you been?
Piccadilly!
to be fair, I have seen police officers with rifles at Euston. To
Yeah,
be
but
fair,
well, right, okay. Are we talking police officers or British Transport Police here?
I don't know. One is incredibly useful and the other is pretty shit.
I don't actually know what the British Transport Police do.
Nobody does.
Nobody does, Lewis. They keep getting given money for some reason, and they spend it all on card games.
We need this new Magic the Gathering set. Can we have another £1 million, please?
See if I was writing like a love story at Christmas, and someone was to sort of jump a sort of a barrier or an airport barrier or a ticket barrier.
Right.
I would have one of those spin ones, you know, those ones that you have to sort of walk through, and then like, as they were jumping, their foot got caught, and then was span round until like their guts were like pulled out of their cell and their spine, it's all cracked, and then I would just appear on screen, not in the film, just literally walking through the screen and be like, "That's why you don't love." Hey, and then the film would end. Mary Crimbo.
Mary Crimbo. He got his guts pulled out. Oh, God,
I'd be like,
horrible.
no, I'd just be like, Happy Ramadan, and then I would just stop. The film would, the credits would roll.
So you'd release a Christmas film at Ramadan time.
Yeah.
I don't actually know when Ramadan time is.
Or
I don't think it's Christmas. I don't
Or
know.
I'd release a Ramadan film at Christmas time. Just to
Just make one for every holiday.
Yeah.
yeah, each with someone of every faith getting killed by a ticket barrier. Maybe make it like a series, like religious kills or something like that, like barrier, ticket, religion, death.
People talk about Tarantino and his like quite obvious foot fetish for female feet, and then
Yeah.
like in your films, people will be like, "So has he got like a fetish for watching religious people die by train barrier? Is
Oh,
that
no.
his thing?"
I'd have like an atheist one as well.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm not
For
gonna be,
inclusivity, like
yeah, I'm not gonna be prejudiced. I'll have an atheist one, maybe an agnostic one as well, where they don't really know what's going on, and they
How are you going to
accidentally
establish
fall.
these things?
What?
How are you going to establish these things?
What do you mean?
As in, like, how are you going to
No.
establish that someone's an agnostic?
I'll probably have a
Catholic, no?
put them in a conversation with someone where they say, "Oh,
I'm
I
just
don't-"
not sure about the nature of God. I just don't know if he exists. And then they immediately get killed by a train barrier.
Yeah, just one gets thrown at them. they're sitting having coffee, and he says that, and then someone throws and there's a Christmas tree in the background as well, because it has to be Christmas, or whatever religious holiday.
Okay.
It is. Yeah.
So what you're telling me is you'd make a 2-hour compilation montage style film.
Yeah, like you've been framed.
You'd work through alphabetically from whatever the religion beginning with A is, atheist, agnostic, whatever comes first, and then work your way down to a religion beginning with Z, and they all just have one conversation in a coffee shop with somebody saying, "Oh yeah, I do believe in God, and I'm quite confident he exists," and all this, then they immediately get killed.
You
Yes.
have them all in like the same conversation.
Ah, yeah, maximise. Yeah, get your efficiency, death efficiency up.
Yeah,
And then-
Just throw a massive ticket barrier at them.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
definitely.
good stuff.
Either that or like they're queuing up in like Euston Station to go through the ticket barriers, and this conversation just starts, and then one by one, as they go through the barriers, they all just die.
Oh yeah, good stuff. Make that film, Danny. Go on.
Okay, yep. I'll get a budget going.
I'll put it on my to-do list.
I'll take down my expenses. Stationery. That's the first expense.
You need a pen and a piece of paper
Yeah.
to write down your budget on.
Yeah. I have a question.
Hit me.
Did they actually film in Downing Street?
I thought the same thing, or at least a very similar thing of like, if they did film in Downing Street, is it that big? Is there not some kind of police presence required to make sure they don't try and kill the Prime Minister at the time? Is there not? Do you know what I mean?
Would he have been there though? Would he have just been sat up in his room? Like, have they gone yet? Do you know what I mean? I think he probably, like, maybe he was away, and they were like, okay, we'll let you film the outside coming in. I don't know if they would have just allowed them, because that's, you know,
Okay,
where the government is.
Yeah, I sort of know what you mean. Yeah.
I've just googled it like a normal human being instead of sitting here talking about it, wondering. And it says the scenes set inside 10 Downing Street were filmed in studios, so it was like a.
Okay.
But that doesn't.
Like a set.
So the outside of Downing Street is actually Downing Street then.
I would imagine so, yeah.
Ah, well,
I would
you
imagine
don't.
so
Well,
as
you
well.
don't. Well, you don't know then. So as normal
Danny,
as you
I swear
think
to
you
shit.
are, as normal as you think you are, you still
Danny, this
haven't
is why we don't
answered.
talk! Sick of your shit already. I've been here like an hour, like, god damn.
What do you mean already? It's nearly done.
I have a Prime Minister related question.
All right. Okay. Is it political, Lewis?
Not very. At the end of
Yeah, is it though? Is it partisan, Lewis?
no.
Okay.
At the end of that school play, when it's revealed that the Prime Minister was making out with that lady
Natalie.
Natalie on the stage, and then the curtain gets pulled back and they're there, and all the parents are like, "Woo, the Prime Minister!" Are they all just there thinking, "Oh, crikey, they got the Prime Minister in! God, well done, such and such academy, primary school or whatever it is. Congrats!" And do none of them? Did all of them vote for this Prime Minister? Do all of them like him?
Maybe
Are
it's
any
like-
of them not
it's-
going, "Oh, dickhead"?
Maybe it's like a Tory constituency, and they're like, "What the fuck is he doing?"
We told him never to show his face, and here he is.
Oh God. I don't know. I mean, I don't think I would. If I saw the Prime Minister there, I don't know if I would attribute it to the academy of the school. I wouldn't be like, oh, they managed to get him in. I think he'd probably be there for another reason. And why didn't he immediately resign? Because that's all you see nowadays. Like if like public officials have intimate relations with people that work under them, they like immediately resign.
Like Bush and Monica. Well, Bush and Monica Lewinsky. He didn't, did he? I can't remember.
Or Clinton, or some other guy. I can't remember. But it's like you know what I mean. You always see some public official getting stormed out because of intimate relations with a co-worker.
Yeah, recently there was the was it the CEO of McDonald's?
I'm not sure.
Oh,
You told me about it.
Oh, did I? Oh.
Yeah, it was someone like the CEO of McDonald's got kicked out for having a personal relationship with.
Oh, good stuff.
Yeah.
oh God. Well, that's yeah. That's. Wait. Was it like a local branch? She worked behind the till.
Yeah, there you go.
And he was there, just doing an
yeah.
inspection.
Steve Easterbrook has been fired as the chief executive of Mackey's fast food chain, announced on Sunday, after he engaged in a consensual relationship with an employee that violated company policy.
Wow. So who decides then?
The board, I suppose.
Oh, right. Is there a head of the board, or is it just up?
I think it would have been him.
He's just sat there. Yeah, you can't find me. I like me. We're fine. Let's just carry on as normal guys.
Is there not an owner that can sort of override the board? Or is
Probably
the owner,
not. I imagine it's sufficiently syndicated, and I reckon probably nobody owns a majority share.
Is it more like a sort of like maybe there's like a figurehead like the Queen who doesn't really have any power? And how is he? And how is that a public official?
The Prime Minister.
No, the CEO of McDonald's.
It was the best example I got. Okay, Daniel. Didn't see you coming up with anything better.
I came up with Bill Clinton.
No, you said maybe Bill Clinton, maybe whoever else it was. Like you know.
The only one I can think of is the whole Monica Lewinsky thing, but I can't remember which president that was. I guess I said Bush earlier, but I've got no idea if that's true.
Wasn't there Stormy Daniels with Trump?
Oh yeah, of course, because
There you
Yeah, 'cause
go,
he's
Chloe.
resigned, hasn't he?
but
There
that
you
was
go. Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry. Has he handed in his resignation and I didn't realise?
well, he's on his way, isn't he?
I mean,
What? Not
probably
to resigning,
no.
no, to being kicked out. Yes.
Well, I mean, still.
Right. To diffuse the political tension, I have a question.
Okay.
Where did Emma Thompson learn to make such marvellous papier-mâché lobster heads?
That is a fair fucking point.
She made a brilliant lobster head papier-mâché.
Great-
I don't think I could do that.
Of the 3 lobsters, her child was easily the best lobster.
Yeah.
I mean, school maybe?
When have you ever made a paper mache lobster?
Yeah, and what does she do for... If it is school, say she's had some supplementary training for her job, which involved how to make a papier-mâché lobster head. What the hell is her job?
Yeah, we never find that out, do we?
No,
Or do we? Or maybe we do. I don't
think
know.
we do.
I don't think so. But, right, is it just me, or...
Maybe she should. Maybe she just is unemployed and she's got a lot of time on her hands.
She's a paper mache artist and we don't know.
Yeah, that's it, she's a
That's
papier-mâché
it.
artist, that's the one.
That's it.
Right.
That makes sense. There's a
Is
high.
it-
There's a high demand for that.
Or maybe there isn't. Maybe there isn't.
No, there
because
isn't.
She's so good. So
There isn't a demand
she,
for it.
She's the only one in the world because she's so good. She's so much better than everybody else.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, that's quite a character build there. That didn't get mentioned once in the film, and yet she's the best in the world. She's the only person in the world that is the singular professional in her industry. I mean, that's conversation worthy, I think. And that would probably have came up when she found out about the necklace. She'd probably be like, how dare you? I am the only paper mache artist on the planet, and you do this to me? and then she like paper maches like a throwing star and like kills him with a paper cut.
In 8 hours, when this is dried, I will throw this paper star at you and kill you instantly. Oh God. Is it just me, or did Alan Rickman and Emma Thompson sort of outact everybody else in the film?
Yes.
Like, they just seemed so much more stunningly real, their characters, their stories, compared even to Hugh Grant, Colin Firth, who are both stunning.
Oh shit, Colin Firth's in this, isn't he? I forgot.
What do you think of the Colin Firth storyline?
It's okay. He's a writer, and
he falls in love with the Portuguese girl.
Yeah, can't really understand each other. I'd imagine they probably get 2 weeks before they realise how much they despise each other. And then,
well, they learned each other's language, didn't they?
Well, I mean, there's always something that you don't know. I mean, maybe she's like, maybe she, I don't know. Maybe he's like really into violins or something like that, and she just has a breakdown because she's had a traumatic experience with violins at some point in her life. And then
it's a very specific example, Danny. Are you okay?
Well, I'm looking at a picture of a violin right now for some reason. There's actually a picture of a violin in my room.
That seems unnecessary.
Not anyone holding it, just a picture of a...
Do you play violin?
No.
Does anybody in your family... Why do you have a picture of a violin?
Did you put this picture up, or has it just appeared? Should we be worried that you're going to get murdered by a picture of a violin in your sleep?
No, I think I put it up at some point. I think I like the look of the violin and put it up.
I mean, okay, interior decorating, I guess that's fine. You're allowed to do that. I'll let you.
Thank you, I guess. Yeah, I was really worried when I put it up. I was like, oh fuck, what's Lewis gonna think? I better just not mention it until we do Love Actually, inevitably.
No, Lewis is gonna think.
And that was,
Emma Thompson is the only professional papier-mâché artist in the entire world.
That was before we even did the podcast. That's before we even thought about doing it. I just predicted it so well that this violin's gonna come up at some point. I better just keep strum until then.
It's a conversation piece.
Hey, do you like violins? I've got a random picture of a violin in my room for some reason.
Do you want to see my violin?
No, I would never do that. I've got a question.
Go on, hit it.
Why won't anyone love me? No. How many fucking gestures can you fit into one film?
What?
How many, if you didn't hear me, fucking gestures?
Oh, gestures! I thought you said jesters, as in like a court jester.
No, that's not what I meant.
Okay, what do you mean by gestures? Like as in what?
It's just so many romantic gestures, isn't there? There's the brass band at the start. There's
but that is their wedding. It's like a surprise thing that's kind at their wedding. That's, I guess.
And you're telling me that no one saw them? Tell me they just fucking
hid a trumpet up the jumpers.
Yeah, really.
Sat there with his trombone.
It's not the nature of the gestures. It's just that there's just so many.
It's a film about love. What the fuck were you expecting?
The title
is literally Love Actually.
Is that how love happens? Just fucking massive gestures?
No, but it's how they portray it in films.
Yeah, but have you ever done a gesture, Lewis? Or Chloe,
Yeah.
have you done a gesture to each other?
I mean, we married each other, so that was a pretty big one.
Yeah, but it's not a gesture, is it? It's not something that you do it like just randomly. I mean, there was an equal partaking of what was going on there. I mean, like a surprise sort of creepy shop on your doorstep with placards and a radio.
Well, I've never done quite that Boris Johnson move, but yeah, gestures, that's something you do in a relationship, like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, they aren't always massive, but, like, I've had a really long day yesterday. Like, I worked from 6 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon, and then went to my other job for a couple of hours afterwards, and then I had to get up this morning to come and chat bullshit with you, so, like, he woke me up this morning with a coffee. Like, it's something so small, but it's still such a nice gesture, you know?
It's little things, you know?
Wow. That's pretty sweet, I've got to say.
No, coffee's actually quite bitter, Danny.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Just
carry on about your gestures.
I don't know. It's just I feel as if it's just sort of telling me to love better.
Right.
Like, this is love. That's what it's like. Oh, and it's Christmas. It's like, okay, Jesus.
And your problem with those things is?
Well, it's just not very realistic, is it?
Okay, so from your point of view, Liam Neeson is sat there going, Daniel, you need to be better, okay? You shit.
You need to be better, Daniel. You need to love better.
Who was that? Who were you doing?
Your mother.
Oh, that's pretty accurate, to be honest.
No,
she's got a very deep voice.
Don't tell Anne-Marie I said that. She will come to the Savager Mall and
she will kill you.
Kill me.
No, she will. She will send a rocket to you. Yeah, I mean, love's fine, I guess.
Is that the message you got from this film?
That's the message I got. It's like, yeah, love's okay. It's not all it's cracked up to be, but it's good. Yep.
Danny, could this, just slightly maybe be the reason that you're single?
Who says I'm single?
Well, if you're not, then there's some shit that we don't know.
Yeah, well, I am, but that's not the. It's the fact that you assumed.
Yeah.
Yes,
You heard it
because I
here
know
first,
that
ladies.
Lewis would have told me.
What led you to that assumption?
Because if you weren't, he would have told me.
Yeah, that's true. But what if I didn't tell him? What if I've had a secret relationship all this time with someone?
You guys
that
have
I'm very,
You
that
guys
I'm
have
very
such a
happy
fucking bromance that you tell each other everything. And can I point out that last time that you were in a relationship, I literally knew everything that was going on.
Yeah, that's true. I guess.
Right. Back on to Love Actually.
Wait a minute. So I don't like Love Actually, and I think it's mopey, a mopey cash grab. That's the reason that I'm single. I didn't like Love Actually when I was in a relationship.
No. You sat there going, oh yeah, love's alright,
said,
I guess.
Yeah, I said
Gestures
it was
mean shit, but apart from that.
I would never gesture.
Yeah, I wouldn't gesture. I don't think. I mean, I wouldn't. No, I don't think I would.
Not even to the point of kindness, of I have had a long day. I'm gonna make you tea, or I've bought some wine, or whatever.
Yeah, I don't drink wine.
You know what I mean.
I don't know. I'll let you know, right?
Okay, get back to me on that one.
I'll text you at the most awkward moment. You'll be taking a shit, but Lewis, I just gestured.
Right, getting back onto Love Actually.
I have another question.
Okay, hit me with it.
Why wasn't Sam killed like the criminal he is?
Sam being Liam Neeson's child.
Yes. Why was he just let go? And another question: why was the girl allowed to waltz all the way back through security to give him a kiss, and then run all the way back? What? She was at the boarding gate, and then she disappears. It's like, oh, I'm gonna just run all the way through fucking what do you call it?
Heathrow. Yeah.
Duty free, and then just get to give him a wee kiss, and then that's me. What?
Plus, it did say on the screen as well that it was the last call for the flight. Did they delay that plane for her to run the entire length of Heathrow? Maybe to then run the entire way back. Maybe
she's like the Home Alone remake. Maybe that's what's happening. She's gonna be in the Home Alone remake when it eventually comes out.
I haven't seen that.
Neither of us have.
No. When it comes out, it will come out. There will be a Home Alone remake.
Oh, okay, right, yeah.
Because Hollywood is so inept and just bereft of any ideas. They'll be like, okay, right, let's just remake this film that everyone enjoyed and let's just make it shite. That'll happen, and it will. And I think that she's going to be the star of it. I think they've already filmed it. And they're going to release it at some point, and they'll be like, yeah, look, we did that, and it's like, and Home Alone will be connected to the Love Actually universe, and and Rowan Atkinson will show up in it, and he'll help her get rid of the robbers, but then betray her because apparently he's a trickster god or something like that, and then yeah, and that'll tell you how great love is as well, and I'll still be single, and I still won't have gestured, and there's not really much point in going on, to be honest.
Okay.
Sounds good.
I have a question. What the hell kind of apartment does Andrew Lincoln live in?
Why does it
Shit,
look
man.
like an art shop?
Yeah, he has like canvases and shit in the background.
Yeah, does he paint, or what?
Well, he's a photographer, right? That's like his whole thing, is he's a photographer, videographer type guy. But like, why would... That doesn't also mean that you are a printer and all that sort of stuff.
He works in the art gallery, so could it be
Yeah.
like...
Maybe he's like just holding blank canvases for them. But even then, why would he have such a huge apartment on a I work in an art gallery salary? Which is another thing of like, how does Liam Neeson have such an enormous house in London? Like Alan Rickman is a magazine editor, and he doesn't have such a huge house.
Yeah.
Am I kind of like they all have huge houses? It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, so like I think every film that's a rom-com, they all have ridiculously big houses. Because if it was a shitty little apartment, they'd probably realise maybe love isn't the most important thing at the moment. Maybe I should make some money. Maybe I should, I'm pretty destitute. I don't think people can really watch those type of films and be like, oh, look at love was there all along. It's like, no, that guy needs help. Can we get some people around there to help him, please? Or, it's hard to sort of narcissistically indulge in love when your life's shit, isn't it?
I suppose so. Anyway,
I don't give a fuck.
here's a question. Why did Hugh Grant, the Prime Minister, choose to have the portrait of Margaret Thatcher in his office? Of all the Prime Ministers,
Yeah.
or even he could have chosen to have no Prime Ministers. As the Prime Minister, he could have said, no, I just want a picture of, like, the seaside.
I think...
But he deliberately chose a portrait of Margaret Thatcher.
I think the question that we need to ask before we ask that is what party is he? Because if he is, like, a Conservative,
Yeah.
then, like, does he have the picture thinking, like, that's what
Does
I
he
want
look up
to
to
be?
Maggie
Yeah,
and be like,
or like
"Whoop,
if
we
or
stand."
like if he's Labour, he's like, okay, that's what I want to avoid being. Like,
Yeah, maybe if that's his entire motivation, I feel like he could have had those things on a post-it note, though. You know, like
mean,
he
those
had
notes
a
get
post-it
lost.
note that just
6
said
foot tall
like,
portraits don't.
"Oh, true." I feel like he could have written on a post-it note, "Don't be like Margaret Thatcher," and just stuck it on his laptop or something.
Yeah.
I mean, for the danger of getting a bit too political, New Labour was
shit.
New Labour was pretty conservative as a Labour Party.
When was this? In the Tony Blair era?
Yeah, Tony Blair. Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
For a Labour Prime Minister, he was pretty conservative.
Mm.
So maybe he was like, maybe he admires her steeliness.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
That's one of my favourite jokes from a sitcom. Is in is it Bad Education, where Michelle Gomez's character, Miss Pickwell, is this character she plays.
Was she
has
in
this.
that?
Yeah.
Oh.
She has this like fascination with Margaret Thatcher, and at one point the Jack Whitehall's character like double crosses her in some way, and she turns around and looks at him and says, "This is worse than 1993." He says, "1993," and he says, "Yes, when the Iron Lady was ousted by her own party," or whatever it was. But it just really made me smile.
Jesus Christ. She was in office for like 11 years, wasn't she?
It was a long old time, yeah.
It's a long reign, I have to say. Isn't like the limit like 15 years?
I thought there was no limit. You could just do it forever. In
No,
theory, you could do it forever.
No
I thought
idea.
that, but my good friend Russell told me that no, it's 3 terms over here.
Oh, okay. I thought it was infinity
So did I.
terms.
So did I.
If you could find a way to live forever, you could govern forever. But that's
Yeah.
generally called tyranny, and it's frowned upon.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Ideally.
Yeah, we do not endorse tyranny. Paid for by shouting into the void.
Shouting into the void, anti-tyranny.
Oh god, they're too political, fuck's sake.
I have a question, Danny.
Go on.
I know that you were a big fan of the film Joker, starring Joaquin Phoenix.
I was.
Yeah, and what did you prefer? The dancing in Joker or the dancing scene in Love Actually?
Obviously Joker.
What is your opinion of the dancing by Hugh Grant?
It's pretty, I mean, if I liked the film, I'd probably think it was good. But, So yeah, that's
Okay. I think it's not about the dancing itself. I think it doesn't have to be like good dancing. I think it's more about the character. If anything, if you sort of consider it, it's probably in character for it to be bad dancing, because like he's this sort of is played as this like posh Etonian schoolboy that has never taken a day off from pursuing his dream of becoming prime minister.
yeah. I mean,
By the way, I always wondered on a prime minister's first day in office, is there some kind of like home secretary type person that comes up to them and is like, right, okay, so here are the nuclear launch codes.
I'd imagine so. I mean,
Maybe that's what Natalie's job is. Serving tea and also delivering the nuclear launch codes.
like, who's the Home Secretary for the Tory party?
Presently, or...
Shit.
Yeah, presently. I don't
I'm
know
going
who
to
that
Google
is.
that bad boy.
I know that. I know that Diane Abbott is the
Never
Home
flew.
Secretary. Home Secretary, Shadow Home Secretary for the Labour Party. But I don't. Would the Home Secretary just come in and say, here are the launch codes and
Priti Patel.
Oh yes, so it is. That's right.
I don't actually know who this is. Has she done anything like good or bad? I'm entirely unaware of her.
I mean, apparently she's pretty steely, as well.
I guess that's
You
kinda
like
cool.
that word, don't you?
I do like that word, but it's often attributed to people that aren't that likable.
Okay. What was the point you were making about Priti Patel?
Yeah. Well, would she just? Well, who would brief her on the launch codes then?
That's a fair point. Like, how far down does it go?
That's a
Yeah.
good point. Is there just some guy that has them written on a piece of paper?
Some guy in Nottingham, just like, oh fucking hell, here we go again.
Oh, there's another election. I've got to go to London again. I hate the tube. Getting into Euston's always a sodding nightmare.
I don't know why I picked Nottingham. Liverpool, just some guy sitting, waiting every 5 years.
What did you think of the Bill Nye storyline?
I like that storyline
It's cool.
because it was pretty hopeless and like,
Jesus.
you know, like.
The entire point of the film is that it's hopeful.
Yeah, but that storyline was pretty good. I thought it was pretty funny because the guy that he's sort of his best friend plays a guy. His name's Gregor Fisher, and he plays a character up here in Scotland called Rabsy Nesbitt.
Yes, I'm aware of Rabsy Nesbitt.
Yeah, he's just a drunk. He's just a useless drunk, and I was desperately hoping for that to be.
If you became Rabsy Nesbitt during the course of this film.
Just a miserable alcoholic, just by the end of it. That would have been brilliant. That would have really subverted expectations.
So is Rabsy Nesbitt like in the Love Actually universe, do we think?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, why would he be a music producer all of a sudden?
Dunno. Maybe you would be. We're all music producers at heart, aren't we?
Don't do drugs, kids. Become a rock star and they give you them for free.
I do like Bill Nye. He's really cool.
I
Like
do like
I've
Bill
never
Nye.
seen a performance of his and thought, God, that was a bit shit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Even in Pirates of the Caribbean, like his ridiculously over the top Scottish accent. Do you feel nice?
And then going down to like that bit in Doctor Who where he was like, oh yes, it's the bow tie. This is rather cool, isn't it? He's cool there too. He just seems like a cool guy.
Yep, he certainly does.
I remember I worked with a script supervisor who worked on something with him, and she was saying that he's really like humble as well. Like he doesn't like watching himself back, and he's always like, "Was that good enough? Do you want me to do it again? I can do it better." And apparently, he's a really cool guy.
Wow, that's Scottish guys are, Lewis. You know.
Is Bill Nye Scottish?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Oh my God, Lewis, what is sickening that you don't know that. All the Scottish ones are getting rubbed out. They're all nobody knows. Nobody knows. Oh no, wait a minute. Oh no, wait, he isn't.
That might be why I didn't know it then.
He isn't. He was born in Surrey.
Good stuff.
Oh no, wait a minute.
Sake.
Nye was born on the 12th of December 1949 in Caterham, Surrey. His mother, Catherine Josephine Nye, was a psychiatric nurse of Irish descent born in Glasgow, and his English father, Alfred Martin Nye, managed a I was going to say garage, garage after working in the family chimney sweeping business.
Right. Well, that's
So
good to know.
Maybe he lived in Glasgow for a while, and that's why he's got a decent Scottish accent.
Perhaps.
Maybe.
I have a question. Looking at the time, this might be the final question of the episode, so buckle in, boys and girls. It's
Okay.
that one episode. Sorry, that one line where Hugh Grant says, "I've got hired killers just one phone call away. I can connect you to the SAS. They're really charming." Do we reckon the SAS are actually charming?
I mean, maybe.
I
They're
imagine
not
them
people. Like, it's not like their entire life just revolves around, killing people.
That's true. I imagined that they all looked like and spoke like Stan's dad from American Dad.
No, I know.
With the eye patch.
I know a guy who was in the SAS, and he's pretty alright. He's a nice guy.
Ah, cool. Maybe the SAS are charming hired killers.
Yeah,
Is
I
that
mean,
the line?
I
Is that like
don't know if I don't know if it's a collective thing. I don't know if the organisation as a whole is charming. I don't know. I don't know if that's the impression that you would get if you were in the SAS headquarters. I don't know.
It's in the job interview. You have to be charming in order to. Yeah.
You've got to make a wee impression. You've got to give them a smile and a wink. Fuck's sake.
I have another question that I've just found.
Oh, go on.
Has Hugh Grant's Prime Minister done anything weird in the style of recent Prime Ministers? In the sense of, like, David Cameron had sex with a pig's head in order to get in, like, an initiation ceremony at Eton, and Boris Johnson did a whole bunch of cocaine when he was, like, the editor of a newspaper or whatever he was doing?
Yeah, he danced in the hallways.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Of Downing Street.
That's his vice. It's not cocaine or pig's heads. It's dancing in the hallways of Downing Street.
I'm sure he's done something. I mean, he basically put his government on hold because he fell in love with the fucking tea woman. It's like, what? Nobody saw that coming, did they? It wasn't a tell in the election. Nobody could just sort of say, well, maybe he's a bit childish to be Prime Minister, because he swears a lot for a Prime Minister. That's all right. Thank God you didn't say fuck, and then we'd be in real trouble. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I feel like the Prime Minister is allowed to swear. I feel like that's okay.
Yeah, well, they're allowed to. I'm not saying that they should be killed. I'm just saying that, like, generally, if you swear as a Prime Minister, it people sort of can look upon that badly.
Yeah, but he isn't swearing, like, at the president on live TV. Like, it was...
Yeah, but we don't know what his election campaign was like. We don't know how he ran it.
Maybe his election campaign was fucking elect me. Maybe that was his slogan.
Yeah, elect
it's like,
me, bitches.
Yeah, maybe that was it.
Elect me, and I promise I won't fall in love with someone who works for me.
That's weirdly specific, but it gets my vote.
It's funny how all of this happens at Christmas.
It is a bit, isn't it? And all of these people know each other.
All of these stories...
That's the beauty, though, that they all know each other.
Very Oscars-y, in a strange way.
They all know each other. They all have relationship crises at Christmas, all at the same time, and they all get resolved at the same time.
Yeah, good stuff.
There's got to be some divine intervention there.
Rowan Atkinson.
Yeah.
Rowan Atkinson pulling the strings.
I reckon so. Rowan Atkinson is God, confirmed 2019. Rowan Atkinson, you're a great guy. If you are actually God in real life, get me some work, please.
I think he would play a great God. I think.
Definitely. We started watching Mr. Bean because it's on Netflix, and we watched a couple of episodes. It's like you forget how actually quite skilled he is. It's difficult to do all that stuff that he does.
Definitely. He played the devil in one of his live shows.
Oh, cool.
And he was like just sort of like I can't remember some of the stuff. He was reading out a list of people that were there, and like just sort of going murderers and thieves. If you could go in that lot, atheists. You must be feeling a right bunch of nitwits. It's just stuff like that. I think that's the sort of God he would be like. I'd imagine just pretty sarky.
Yeah. Or
Well,
Trickster God from Love Actually.
Yeah, that's an interesting theory.
I think it's 100% true.
Well, yeah.
I'll get in touch with the director and say, Richard Curtis, is this true, please, hon?
Please confirm. Well, I mean, I think you've failed to show me the meaning of Christmas.
Okay, right. I have a question. You clearly, are not a fan of Christmas. What is your favourite Christmas film?
Oh, the Grinch, excluding the ending.
Is that because you identify with him on, a personal level?
I think he's a great guy. I think he's...
Stealing all the presents?
Stealing all the... ruining a special day for so many. But then, just sort of cutting the ending, and he just sort of laughs. That's it. That's
You can't change the film.
Yeah, I can.
To pick it as your... No, you can't, Daniel.
Yeah, I can.
No, you can't.
I just did. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You going to stop me?
Sake.
Huh?
No, but you know who is going to stop you? Rowan Atkinson, the Trickster God.
Oh, shit. Oh, he's in my room.
Hello, Danny.
Oh, no. Oh, sorry, Rowan. Lewis is trying to do an impression of you.
Oh, he's in here. He's here. He's perfected the ability to teleport. I'm sorry, Mr. Atkinson.
I don't think it's a sort of arc through the film that he has trouble teleporting. If he was a god, I think he would know how to do that. I don't think that's the one thing that he has trouble sort of figuring out. It's like, fuck, how do I teleport?
Maybe that's what got cut out of the final cut of the film.
He's trying to get to the airport.
It's just, fuck, how do I teleport?
He's trying to get to the airport and he keeps missing, and he's like, oh shit, hurry up. I mean, and then in an alternate ending he misses the airport, and then Sam does get shot in the face like the dirty terrorist he is.
Oh my god. Well, I think I have run out of questions, I have to say.
Yeah, thanks for failing to teach me the meaning of Christmas, guys.
You're more than welcome, my friend.
Yeah, it was worth a shot, I suppose.
To be fair, right, I don't feel like we spoke much about Christmas and more about the film.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We love Christmas.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas for when this goes out. It'll be tomorrow. So Merry Christmas for then.
Are we not doing a closing statement?
Yeah, we are. I'm just wishing people a Merry Christmas, Danny.
Well,
just because
Lewis,
you hate Christmas.
Lewis, the closing statement is the pinnacle of this. That's what I look forward to the most for Christmas reviews.
Oh, it's the closing statements of all the Christmas reviews.
Yep, because then it's over.
Go on, hit me with your closing statement.
Love is great, and Christmas was needed to say that for some reason.
Okay. A film which makes a truly wholesome and wonderful statement about family and love. While it takes place at Christmas, it is not necessarily about Christmas. However, it has wonderful Christmassiness.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. Do you have a closing statement, Chloe?
No, again, because my husband didn't prepare me for this whatsoever. I just think that you're wrong, Daniel.
Just improv. Go. Just shove out a wee statement.
You're wrong.
That close. Okay.
Is that small enough?
That's it. What's your closing statement? You are wrong.
Imagine if that's how political debates work. It's just like at the end, it's like, and Mr. Johnson, do you have a closing statement? You are wrong. Yeah, actually, if we just shouted it, you are wrong. Oh, good stuff.
Love is great. I mean, just like
Mr. Johnson, that's nothing to do with the debate at hand. Love is great. You're wrong.
It's like Rick and Morty. It's like more lasers. You can take longer to answer the question if you like. And he just says nothing.
Well, thank you very much for listening to our Christmas Eve special.
Yep.
I hope you have a wonderful Christmas day tomorrow. Loads of presents. Merry Christmas. Hopefully it'll be a white Christmas. Lots of snow.
Don't be so racist, Lewis. Yeah. Merry Christmas and that. Hope you get what you want. If you happen to have a massive, overbearing sort of interconnecting web of relatives that you know that are having relationship problems this year, just pray for Rowan Atkinson to come and sort it out. Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas again, although not really. It's just me here to tell you, don't forget to tune in to the Boxing Day special of Shouting into the Void, where Danny attempts to teach me the true meaning of Christmas, at least according to him, using the 1974 film Black Christmas. it is spooky. Thank you very much for tuning in to today's episode. Don't forget to tune in on Boxing Day.